1,000-pound sisters, Amy Slayton welcomed new baby with Brian. Find out if Michael still sees his sons. Amy Slayton, one of the most recognizable faces from the long-running TLC series 1,000-Pound Sisters, has once again captured public attention. After years of heartbreak, weight struggles, relationship upheaval, and dramatic reality TV moments, Amy is now celebrating a joyous new chapter. She recently announced that she and her fiancé Brian Scott Levorn have welcomed a new baby into their lives. The news has sparked excitement and curiosity among fans, especially those closely following Amy's personal journey since her highly publicized split from ex-husband Michael Holterman. But while Amy's happiness with Brian is now front and center, one looming question remains: does Michael still play a role in their sons' lives? Amy and Brian's relationship has been fast-paced and passionate. They reportedly began dating shortly after her marriage with Michael fell apart, and fans quickly noticed that Brian had become a constant presence in Amy's world. From social media posts to public appearances, Brian embraced the spotlight alongside Amy. Their bond strengthened over time, and what started as a romance blossomed into something much deeper, a shared life, one that now includes what Amy is calling her new baby. The announcement didn't initially clarify if the new baby was biological or symbolic. At first, fans speculated it could be a pet or even a figure of speech representing a new project or a major step in Amy and Brian's lives. But close friends of the couple confirmed that Amy and Brian were celebrating the arrival of a real baby, though they kept the exact details private. Whether through birth or adoption, the couple are now nurturing a new life together, and Amy is once again embracing motherhood in a fresh way. Amy already has 2 sons, Gage and Glenn, from her previous marriage to Michael. Their birth and early years were documented on 1,000-Pound Sisters, where fans saw Amy transition from a self-conscious young woman into a devoted mother. The birth of her first son, Gage, was a transformative moment for her. She cried on camera, overwhelmed by love and the profound responsibility of parenthood. When Glenn came along, the family appeared to be growing stronger, but beneath the surface, things were falling apart. Amy and Michael's marriage became strained, and eventually the couple filed for divorce. The separation wasn't just a private heartbreak, it played out under the unforgiving lens of reality television. Tension between Amy and Michael escalated to the point where even viewers sensed the emotional distance growing between them. Michael, who once appeared to be her soft-spoken partner, became less and less visible on screen. Amy, meanwhile, seemed increasingly isolated. By the time they officially split, fans had already begun to anticipate the end. What no one fully understood was how the fallout would impact their sons, and how it would shape the next phase of Amy's life. That next phase came faster than expected. Brian entered the picture and quickly became a central figure. He supported Amy not just emotionally, but also as a father figure to Gage and Glenn. Amy started sharing photos and videos of the boys spending time with Brian, whether it was backyard fun, birthday parties, or family dinners. Fans were divided. Some applauded Amy for moving forward and finding love again. Others criticized the speed of the relationship and expressed concern about how the children were adjusting to a new man in their lives so soon after their parents split. In recent months, those concerns intensified after Amy and Brian were both arrested on drug possession charges. They were reportedly pulled over at a safari park in Tennessee, where police discovered controlled substances in the vehicle. The troubling part of the arrest was that the children were reportedly present in the car at the time. The couple eventually pleaded guilty to lesser charges, and while the child endangerment claims were dropped, the incident raised serious questions about judgment, safety, and parenting choices. Following the arrest, Amy took steps to rebuild her public image and assure her fans, and perhaps the legal system, that she remained committed to providing a safe and loving environment for her children. She began therapy, worked on her sobriety, and participated in parenting classes as ordered by the court. Brian reportedly complied with all legal requirements as well. Since then, the couple have projected a sense of stability, with Amy referring to Brian as her forever partner. The new baby announcement seemed to mark a fresh beginning, a second chance not only at love but at building a healthy family life. But while the spotlight has shifted toward Brian and the new baby, Michael's presence or absence has become increasingly noticeable. Unlike Amy, Michael has kept a low profile since the divorce. He hasn't given interviews or made public appearances. He isn't active on social media, and his name is rarely mentioned by Amy or her sisters in interviews. This silence has led fans to question whether Michael is still involved in Gage and Glenn's lives. Insiders close to the family suggest that Michael does still see his sons, but under limited circumstances. The former couple reportedly agreed to shared custody during their divorce proceedings, with Michael receiving visitation rights. However, it's been hinted that Amy retains primary physical custody. Sources claim that Michael prefers to keep his parenting role private, away from cameras and public scrutiny, which may explain his near-total absence from recent seasons of the show. Fans who followed the early seasons remember Michael as a somewhat passive figure, often overshadowed by the vibrant personalities of the Slayton sisters. But his bond with his sons, especially Gage, seemed genuine. He was present for their births, supported Amy during her pregnancies, and showed glimpses of affectionate fatherhood. For many, the idea that he might be excluded from their lives is troubling. Yet without a public statement from Michael or confirmation from Amy, the truth remains unclear. Some fans believe that Michael has intentionally distanced himself, not out of neglect, but out of respect for Amy's new life. There are rumors that their breakup was not particularly amicable, and that both parties agreed to minimize contact for the sake of peace. Others speculate that legal restrictions or mutual agreements limit how often he sees the kids. And of course, there are those who simply believe Michael never wanted to be in the spotlight and chose to exit quietly after the cameras stopped rolling. Meanwhile, Amy continues to forge ahead with Brian. The couple have been planning a Halloween-themed wedding scheduled for later this year. Amy has been vocal about how happy Brian makes her feel, often calling him her soulmate and praising his bond with the boys. She's shared that Brian encourages her to keep up with her health goals and supports her in ways she never experienced before. And with the new baby in their lives, Amy seems to believe she's found her second chance.